With our House of Delegates, our number one charge is to balance the budget of the state. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. All the other things that we do are presenting different laws and legislation that we live by in our everyday life, whether it's trying to provide more funding so different community centers can stay open in our area, making sure that everyone is working together for the good of all. Yes, sir, from Huntington, West Virginia, been there my whole life, born and raised. I actually didn't think about that until I got to Marshall, and that was when I was student body president, and over the time getting to meet a lot of folks who were involved in the process, I sort of took a liking to it. So that's when I sort of started to think about it, and then I never thought I would do it this young, but at the end of the day, I turned about 26 years old and decided to toss my hat in the ring. Sometimes you will have folks who will understand that and notice that, and will want to go the extra mile for you because they realize of the intensely tough climate that you're thrust in by being a young black male in a predominantly white environment. But then you do have the other things, such as not always being privy to certain information, and sometimes the real political games will play out in that environment. Well, I have, and I think as a black man, we've all encountered it at some point, and if you haven't, you will. And hopefully a lot of those issues will start to wean themselves out. But you know, I've been stopped by law enforcement before, you know, for no reason. What it does is it allows you to put yourself in shoes of people who have always had the deck stacked against them. But it also, I think it gives you a little bit more fight and a little more courage to understand the reason that you're fighting for the things that you are, and it makes you really just go that much harder in trying to fight for all folks. The jury's still out. I think that he definitely has a tone that is not conducive to bringing all folks together, and it's going to, I think, in the end, pull our country together. Because a lot of the things that he stands for, you know, socially, are just ripping us apart. And I think at some point we actually have to hit rock bottom for folks to wake up and realize that that's just not the way to go. I think my favorite thing about Huntington is the close-knitness of some of the communities. Huntington, you know, if you're in Huntington, born and raised, people know you, they love you, and I really like that home family atmosphere. It's about economic empowerment. You know, I would like to see more folks of color, and women for that matter, that are in leadership positions, and not just leadership positions, but you know, CEOs of companies in high management roles. That is the only true way that you can bridge that divide, is having folks that can help bring us together from different perspectives. If I could suggest one thing to Mayor Williams, I would say to stick true to what he believes in, and don't get off the beaten path and be, not that he has been, but be what I call the old school politician, just pandering to different folks. Stick with what he has in his gut, go with it, and roll with the punches. Well, my take is that the American Medical Association Journal put out a white paper, and it said, where cities that it has legalization, 24.8% reduction in opioid overdoses. We are dealing in a crisis right now in our city, our state, and our country. If we have something that is going to help, it's not going to be an end-all be-all, not going to be a magic bullet, but if we have something that research and numbers and statistics show that it's going to reduce opioid overdoses by a fourth, to not have that in our toolbox would be the definition of insanity. Well, I'm a coach back home. I have a travel basketball program. It's actually a travel basketball program that has an academic side to it. My kids are required to hold a 2.5 GPA. We also have a summer reading program, so I'm really locked in on our youth back home. When I'm a guy, I really enjoy going to local eateries, checking out the arts scene, the craft beer scene. Whenever I can. I have a lot of work at home as I'm a financial advisor, and I'm up here at the legislature and coaching, but when I'm not doing that, I like to travel, go to different sporting events. So just a regular everyday Joe. If you don't have health, you can't create wealth. You can't do any of those things. So I would like to see some synergy between the hospital and our local community center. But in that specific hub, I think we need to have a mixture of maybe some housing development. But I'm also really big, and I've tried to be in the mayor's ear and different folks, that we need to have basically a section of that is built and constructed for small business entrepreneurship that is helping folks, not just of color, but women and veterans, to be able to have their business startups there. So when you come through that main thoroughfare, you've got the pristine hospital, you've got businesses that are geared towards all types of minorities and walks of life that are thriving. And we have to make sure that whatever is built there, grocery store, businesses, high-rise, apartments, that the proceeds of that stay in that community. Recently got appointed to the Kamak Children's Center, and I'm trying to help influence that in such a way that we're making strides in reducing juvenile incarceration, but also making sure that facility is adequately fixing those kids. I am Delegate Hornbuckle, and I am Huntington, West Virginia.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.